after you completed your tenure at HSBC, I think you're doing something a lot with environmental sustainability. And what really is your program, what you're doing, and how are you executing it, and which is it going to second cities, third cities? Means, can you tell us a little about that?
So, Anji, what happened was while at HSBC, I got exposed a lot to some of the climate change programs, and then water was coming through the climate change program. And I was very lucky at HSBC to be amongst the 5 corporate members of HSBC who went to the World Economic Forum, because each corporate can nominate, 4 to 5 people who go. And while there, I had the opportunity to engage in a lot of the environment programs. And indeed, water was a very early subject. In fact, that first water meeting at the World Economic Forum, there was like a handful of us, 6, 7 folks in the room. And in 3 years.
And this was which year?
This would have been in the 2007-8 sort of levels.
So that's nearly 15 years.
But not so long ago. If you think that water, even at the World Economic Forum, is right up there. And at that time, when we got it going, there was just no one. I ended up co-chairing the World Economic Forum's Global Advisory Council. And for me, it was also a journey of learning and looking to how can corporates play in this very critical area of water, because water and climate change, as you well know, causes floods and destruction. Water, in terms of shortage and what it means for countries like ours, is horrendous. It is actually we are amongst the most water-stressed nations in the world.
Yes, that's
right. And so how industry plays in that was also important. So I, in fact, started the water mission at FICCI in 2011, which was borrowing from a lot of this experience and really to see what can industry's role be in this. And for a start, water stewardship, which is how does industry look at its own water efficiency, water effluent control, and stewardship is also beyond the boundary. How can we help manage the water for the communities around our factory? Because factories get closed if a community thinks that you're sucking their water into your factory. And there are enough examples of that. So bringing in this concept of water stewardship, etc., was really, again, part of what I learned. And then when I retired from HSBC, which was end of 2015, my husband and I started the India Sanitation Coalition, which was after a lot of discussion, debate with people around us, as to India's sanitation story, which whenever I went to these water forums, and I would often be the only Indian in the room, I would hang my head in shame because they were all discussing how pathetic we were on open defecation happening, how badly we were managing our sanitation cycle, and I figured let's do something about it. And 6 months after we started this, I thought this was going to be really a very painful journey, but it had to be done. 6 months later, we get Prime Minister Modi from the ramparts of the Red Fort, that historic August. 2 months after he's taken over as Prime Minister for the first time, he announced the Swachh Bharat mission. And suddenly a program that we were embarking on suddenly became center stage. So it was a very exciting period and continues to be for us in what I believe is one of the most successful, forget me believing, it is being lauded globally as one of the most successful behavior change exercises. The Swachh Bharat mission, what it's done in terms of the toilet building and encouraging people to use toilets. We are still not where we need to be, and we have to continue to invest in making sure people's habits remain. But young kids, women are all beginning to demand that they have this. Are we open defecation free? No. In that there are still people who will go out in the field. But are we well on the journey to being this? We went from 40% access to toilets in that 2013, 2014 period to now what is 95% access to toilets, which is defined as you have a toilet that you can access. The fact that you may not be using it all the time is still needs addressing. And one of the big things we have to continue to work on is what we call the O&M, the actual managing of like community toilets. So we built a lot of community toilets, but have not provided enough funds to ensure that the toilet can run.
Yes, that's been, people have been complaining about that
and
part.
it's a shame because the infrastructure exists. So now to manage that part of the funding.
Yes.
The journey of the India Sanitation Coalition was really to have a platform where best practice, and we had Sulabh, etc. happening. So where you could pay and use a toilet. Fabulous exercise there. But the platform was that whatever was happening that was good in the country, let's make sure it gets replicated and scaled up.
Yes.
And let's benchmark good success. We began giving awards, which I'm very happy to say some of the startups that we supported have become much larger today, have all succeeded. None of them fell by the wayside. You sometimes, as a jury, you worry that you may pick the wrong guys. And we were very lucky. We had a jury which continues to be chaired for the last 8 years by Dr. Mashelkar himself as a Padma Vibhushan that he is, and a jury which is just amazing in terms of being able to pick the right players. So through this benchmarking of best process, hand-holding people into this, and most significantly getting corporates to look at a business which they really didn't see as very sexy. They would much rather do a school and put their name on it, do a hospital. Well, there are more corporates in it than they've ever been. And the fact that the Swachh Bharat mission is so close to the Prime Minister has certainly helped. But there's never enough support there. But one of the most significant exercises we worked on now, which is a very successful public-private partnership, is what the Lighthouse Initiative with the Ministry of Drinking Water Sanitation. And what has happened there is that money which was given and has been given right down to the Gram Panchayat has not been spent, and the ministry here, the secretary, a very amazing lady, Vinny Mahajan, said, look, we don't need the funds of the corporate, we need the corporates as partners to ensure that the money we have allocated is spent and properly spent to make these villages model villages. So model villages means that your grey water, that is the runoff from household water, can be reused, that you're not spoiling the community water, that you have access to a toilet, that you're using the toilet, and plastic waste management. So it has many dimensions to it. And so we got the first 10 corporates that came in, some quite nervous about getting involved. And the good news is that we are pretty much there now with these first. And for every such model village in a panchayat, the surrounding villages in that district now know what to do. And we are now going into the second phase of the program, where we're going to pick districts and blocks, as they're called, with now almost 40-50 corporates who have evinced interest. And this program is one which will continue to need the support of government, because government is providing the funding. The corporate provides some funding, but they're not spending the money. And they're coming forward saying, really, government's wanting us not for our money, but for our expertise. And they're doing this in communities around where they've probably been doing work anyway, but may not have looked at ticking all the boxes from a water and sanitation perspective.